back to the Bogey Lounge. I'm your host, Zachary Burke, and today we have a review of the Genesis Invitational, some YouTube golf news, a look at the Cognizant Classic, and then we will have our first guest join us today. The Genesis Invitational completed just today with Jacob Bridgman finishing first, and it is his first PGA Tour win of his career, coming obviously in a signature event. It's a big win, bigger purses, more money, more FedEx Cup points, etc. That's very important. You know, it's very good for his young career to get a win in one of those signature events. He shot back-to-back 7 under 64s, round 2 and 3, to go out to a 6-shot lead heading into the final 18 holes. He started with that 6-shot lead, McElroy, and it ended up coming down to the wire still. He had a putt on 18 par that he made, allowing him to win by 1 shot. If he had missed that, there would have been a playoff with your tied second finishers, Kurt Kitayama and Rory Mac. The putt was only about a 2.5, 3 putt, so very unlikely that player that caliber misses one of those putts. But obviously, you never know when the pressure starts mounting. A situation like that to get the first PGA win. Sometimes you have little mistakes like that. We could have saw a playoff, but he did a good job focusing, locking in, knocking it down, and coming away with the first PGA Tour victory there. Scotty, again, started off very slow. Scotty seems to wanting to do that every week. I saw a stat that he actually leader for score to par, or has the best score to par amongst the PGA round 2 and 4 this year. But for round 1, he's like 127th. This week was the same. Finished tied 12th, just missing his 19th top 10 finish in a row. So his record streak now over. Second is Tiger with about 12. So phenomenal streak. Scotty there making 18 top 10s in a row. Again, just missing it, tied 12th. He started off the first 10 holes of the tournament on Thursday at +5. Obviously, it's a rough start for the world number 1, starting 5 over through 10. Not a situation you want in, but he was able to battle back. Had about a 9-10 foot putt or par on 18 second round to remain even and make the cut. Ended up just sneaking to making the cut. Cut line was even. He was even after the first 2 rounds. Then ended up shooting a total of 16 under for the last 62 holes. Outside that +5 start. So ended up at 11 under overall. 16 under for the last 62 holes. That would have put 16 under, would have been 2 shots off of the winner, Jacob Bridgman. So obviously Scotty, phenomenal golfer. He's going to win this year again on the tour. Might win a major again. I'd be very shocked if he only won one tournament this year. He's going to have to figure out a way to start a little stronger, to not have so much work battling back in to try to make these top 10s and even have a chance to win. Obviously, he's been doing it. Did it last week at the TNT Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Clubhouse leader at one point, and he battling back again all the way up to he ended today. I believe he was tied 8th going into the clubhouse. Wasn't able to hold on to that top 10, but for some reason he's wants to make life harder on himself, and it's showing that he is making life harder on himself, and he unfortunately has made it so difficult on himself. He's putting himself out of a chance to win, but still also fighting for a chance to win, which is the wildest part. In other news, I know we talked about YouTube golf a little bit last week. One of the things we talked about was good guys, Sean Walsh and Brad Dahlke, their match with the Bryan Bros. It's a little older news now, but Good Group has started a Good Pros channel, and the idea of it is for Sean Walsh and Brad Dahlke to play against professional golfers. They're not giving any strokes or anything, playing them straight up and seeing how they will do. It'll be a very interesting series to follow and watch. Their first episode went out I believe, Saturday, today on Sunday, uh, and they played against Akshay Bhatia and Sia Thigala. So interested to see. I haven't watched it yet, but it'll be interesting to see how they competed with those guys. Obviously, two golfers who are both top 50 golfers in the world, playing in every signature event, and phenomenal golfers. It'll be interesting to see how Brad and Sean are able to do. Obviously, Brad himself was, I believe, the individual national champion and played with these guys in the Masters. Not those guys specifically, but guys of that caliber. Played with them in the Masters. And Brad is a phenomenal putter, I think, just from watching him on YouTube. It'll be interesting to see how he compares with professionals. Maybe it's a situation where Sean and Brad start earning some sponsor exemptions into some of these tournaments and having a chance to actually play. I know, I believe Grant Horvat had a sponsor exemption last year, was able to play in an event, or maybe it wasn't Grant, or he got offered a sponsor to play an event and didn't take it. So it seems like the PGA Tour, some of these events are open to giving a sponsor exemption to YouTube golfers. So it'd be nice to see them, maybe have an opportunity to play in one of these tournaments, especially someone like Brad Dahlke, who's arguably the best golfer on YouTube right now. Then we're going to swing on over to the Cognizant Classic. It is the first tournament here in Florida, and it starts the Florida stretch. There'll be a stretch of a few Florida tournaments, one of them being Players Championship, Arnold Palmer Invitational. Obviously, two signature events. Players Championship considered another major. So it'll be nice to see that stretch start. Obviously, a lot of golfers here are from. Obviously, a lot of golfers here are from Florida. It's a big golf area, big golf mecca. A lot of golf PGA Tour pros live down there. There won't be a lot of big names playing this week with it not being a signature event, a much smaller tournament. But they'll be resting. Also, big players will be resting for the Arnold Palmer Invitational next week, which is a signature event. But there's still some big names in the field. JT Justin Thomas is expected to return very soon. I know he was talking earlier this year saying that he was looking to return. Florida stretch started, not playing this week, but look for him to be someone who may play in the Arnold Palmer signature event here in 2 weeks. Some other notable players who to keep an eye out for this week in Cognizant Classic would be Blades Brown, the 18-year-old phenom, was the 54-hole leader at the American Express this year, eventually finishing tied 18th. And he just finished top 25 this week on the Corn Ferry Tour. Again, he's only 18 years old, one of the youngest golfers, if not the youngest golfer, a professional golfer in the world. I'm pretty sure he actually is the youngest professional golfer in the world, and obviously has a lot of potential. It'd be cool to see someone he's playing off a sponsor's exemption. Again, it'd be cool to see someone like him be able to build and play well in these events and start fighting his way into a situation where he's able to play in the signature events. If you win, I believe if you win any tournament, you are automatically qualified for all the signature events. So just one win at an event like this where he gets a sponsor's exemption. Obviously, winning is really hard. I don't know if he's won on the Corn Ferry Tour yet. I know he hasn't this year. So obviously, winning very hard. But you get fire in the barrel one time, and you have that opportunity to then play in all the signature events, and it'd be great for his young career. Also, Brooks Koepka playing this week again. Someone else who got for wanting to see him do well and play his way back into these signature events. Obviously, he is a 5-time champion, so he has the opportunity, chance to win any tournament he plays in this year, any year. So Brooks Koepka, someone to look out for. It'd be great to see him play his way into these signature events and start playing great this year too. Obviously, he struggled a little bit to start the year, started a little slow, so it'd be nice to see him this week. And then we're going to get to a little more of the Cognizant Classic here later. Jack, but right now, we're over here. Have Jack join us in. Hey, Jack, how you doing?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Just to introduce Jack here, Jack is my best friend. He'll be my best man at my wedding in 2027, and we played basketball together and esports together, worked together. Pretty much been doing everything together. It seems like the last 7 or so years.
It's true. That's very true. Very excited to be here, and I'm also very excited to be your best man, and also for your bachelor party.
Yes. Uh, Fun golf trip planning that we're working on planning for that, so that'll be fun.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
Jack, have you got a chance to golf this year?
This year I have got a chance to golf. I just actually got back from a weekend with my father, who spends, um, I'd say probably late December to mid to late April in Florida, down in Delray Beach. Um, and so I was down with him for the last weekend. Played a couple rounds of golf at the club that he belongs to down there. And yeah, that's my first, I think my first rounds of golf in 2026.
How'd you play? Did you play well?
For me, I thought I played all right. I shot two back-to-back 93s. I played back-to-back days. Um, I think last year I shot mainly in the mid 90s. But in the start of the year, I usually play my first few rounds of golf in Florida with my dad around this time of the year. I feel like usually I am like 7 or 8 strokes, maybe like 5 or 6 strokes higher in the beginning of the year when I haven't played in a few months than I will be as the season gets going here in Michigan. So I'm hoping that I can shoot like the high to mid 80s, but I don't know. We'll see.
This is of course the Bogey Lounge, not the Birdie Lounge. So we're very happy with those low 90, high 80 scores. I think you and I would be pretty satisfied if we were able to shoot an average score below 80
Yeah,
this year. Uh, Especially you. Still a few strokes better than you, but
yeah,
just for a little bit. You get to you golf a little more than I do.
for now.
But moving on here, yeah, I know you talked about Delray a little bit there. I know your dad's a member at Dearborn as well. What is your favorite golf course? Obviously, Florida golf courses is way different than Michigan golf courses. Is you going to be leaning towards a Florida golf course, or do you have a course in Michigan in mind?
Well, I do love the Dearborn Country Club. I think it's very simple. It's very local. It's not super busy. Um, So I do love that course. Honestly, it's probably my favorite course in Michigan that I've played. I really like the Eastern Michigan course as well that me and you used to play back in the day. Um, I love Florida courses. I love the course that my dad belongs to down there. But I think overall, um, my favorite course in the whole world is the Marbella Golf Club in Spain. I went on a family trip. Um, to Spain this past, what was it, November, I believe. Um, and we actually got a chance to play golf twice in Marbella. We played at this course, and the Marbella Golf Club is just, it's beautiful, very expensive, but just throughout the mountains, and it's an incredible place. And so that's probably my number one place in the entire world right now.
Golfing in different countries is always cool. Even in different states, you get different landscapes, different types of grass. But was I'm not too familiar. I know Spain technically isn't a mountain range, but was the elevation higher there? Were you able to hit the ball a little further?
Yeah, definitely than I usually do. I don't think it was like a drastic difference, but I would definitely say that I was hitting it a little bit further than I think I normally would. But yeah, I mean, it was. I think Spain is relatively hilly, just depending on where you're at. But this was, I mean, this was literally throughout the mountains. The pictures I have from it are pretty awesome.
Nice. Then this next question is probably going to tie in, but the next question I have for you is your favorite golf memory. Is that going to be end of your favorite golf memory, or is there a memorable shot you think of that really sticks out?
That I don't know. Geez, that is a hard one. I mean, that's definitely up there, just because it wasn't even that really wasn't even so amazing because of the golf itself. One, I got to play with my dad, who's arguably besides you and maybe my brother, you guys are probably my three favorite people to play golf with. Um, but that was really cool to be able to play with my dad in Spain. So I mean, yeah, that's probably my favorite golf memory, honestly. I mean, it's my first time I've ever played golf out of the country. Um,
So you've played in Mexico before. You never played in Mexico?
I I've swung a club in Mexico, but we when we were in Mexico playing, that was years and years ago, before I had even gotten into golf. If you remember, I didn't even get into golf until I really stopped playing basketball after I broke my hand. Um, and so that was I wouldn't even really call that golf. I think I played one hole and then like got bored, left, started drinking. Um, but Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's probably my favorite golf memory. I think, just the fact that it was just such a beautiful place. I mean, the houses, if you guys, for those who are watching, go and look up the houses on the Marbella Golf Club. They're just these Spanish villas that are mansions that are just situated on and within the mountains throughout the range, and throughout the course. It's unbelievable. It's not only it's a fantastic course to play, but just the scenery is breathtaking. So yeah, I'd say that's probably my most favorite golf memory.
Yeah, and then
So
you just briefly mentioned it. You played one hole in Mexico and left to go drink. Again, with this being the Bogey Lounge, we're not super serious golfers all the time. What is your favorite on-course drink?
well, hmm, I feel like it changes by the year. Just kind of depends on where I'm at. I think I just would keep it simple and do like a high noon. Honestly, I love high noons. I'm not a big beer drinker on the course. I love to have them like after whatever, but
You
I
always
just feel
drink
like
beer
they're
with me when we play, though.
yeah, but I just feel like if I could pick, they're just a little too heavy for me while I'm playing. Um, and so I think I'm more of like a high noon guy on the course. I think if I had to pick, I'd go grab a bunch of high noons. Like that's actually what I drank when I was in Florida with my dad last weekend. So that's probably my favorite drink. I'd like to keep it simple.
I heard you're half a stroke better for every beer compared to high noon you drink. Maybe you should switch to
Yeah,
beer.
maybe that's why you're still a few strokes better than me.
um, Obviously, the golf course. We don't do it too much, but people really do enjoy listening to music. It's great in golf outings having a speaker listening to music. What would be your three favorite golf course songs? The goal with this is we're gonna start asking every guest this, and we're gonna build a playlist within the Spotify channel, so you can have a little playlist on the course to listen to if you don't have one made or you want to listen to something new. So, what are your three favorite songs to listen to on the golf course?
Well, I guess let's just see. They got to be country. I feel like I love country
Yeah.
when I'm on the golf course. Anything else feels inadequate. But let me, I guess, open my phone and I think I have a golf playlist here somewhere. Um, okay, actually, one I'm going to throw in immediately this I haven't listened to on a golf course yet because it just came out. Um, so I don't know if I can. I haven't like tested it out, but I can already feel it's going to be a fantastic golf song. Is "Sleepless in a Hotel Room" by Luke Combs just came
Okay.
out. Fantastic
I
song.
haven't heard that one
I
yet.
know it's I know it's going to be fantastic. His new album's coming out. I think next month or something like that. But he just released like two or three songs. They're freaking fantastic. Um, but let's see what else. I would say probably my other one is "Heartache Medication." I love that song,
Song.
by John Party. And actually, okay, my third one um is not it's not a country song, but for whatever reason, especially within the last like 6 months, any chance I get to play golf, I don't know why, but I've been listening to "I Just Died in Your Arms." It's like "I just died in your arms," that.
I
Um,
don't think I'm aware of that song. The title
this
sounds very depressing.
yeah, that song is fantastic. Most people will know that is if they're cultured. It's like an '80s song, but I feel like I've been listening to that
Oh, I
lately.
do know that song. Yes, yep, I do know that song. You're right.
Yeah, so
Um,
that's probably my third one, but a little random. But I'd say the majority though, I'll usually just throw on a country playlist. And
Now, last week I brought it up on the podcast. Neil Shipley having a hole in one on the TGL. Obviously, TGL, massive golf simulators. I know you're familiar with the TGL. Probably one of the coolest golf concepts that has been created in modern times. Obviously, it's an entire league of professional golfers. Uh, Obviously, people always say a hole in one on a simulator doesn't count. I'm pretty sure you don't have a hole in one, correct?
no, I do not.
I also do not have a hole in one. If you got a hole in one on a simulator, would you count it as a hole in one?
I mean, it'd be cool to talk about, but like I feel like I feel like you'd have to preface that it's a hole in one on a simulator every single time you say it. Like
Yeah,
you can't like if I came over to your house and I was like, dude, I just got a hole in one. Like you'd be, and then later on you found out I was on a simulator. You'd be like, you know, you probably have something to say about it. So I would say probably not. I would say I wouldn't count it. But I think it's still a really cool feat. I think it's something that would be super cool to do, especially with like the how real they've made that TGL thing.
Yeah,
It's
you
pretty
could
fantastic.
actually physically place your ball after your tee shot in onto the green. But, so that's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
cool.
crazy.
Obviously, that's a little different than the generic sims we'd be playing on. I do think you're right. I think I would count it personally, but I would have an asterisk by it all the time, saying it wasn't
Yeah,
a simulator.
exactly. Yeah, I would agree with you.
Now, another one people like to argue, and I don't really see the argument here, but people will try to argue that a hole in one on a par three does not count.
I would completely disagree with that. Um, I feel one place that we should play here in the next year, so if you can make it down to Florida, is I don't know if you've ever played the West Palm Par Three. In West Palm Beach, there is a course on the ocean that is all par threes. I think they actually have like two par fours or something like that. But it's an awesome course, very fun, great drinking course. But like if I got a hole in one, then I would 100% count it. It's a hard course. You're right on the ocean. The wind is howling. Um, it's just like any other par three. You just got a handful more par three courses or
I think
holes.
I think the logic behind it is that it's a par three course, you have more opportunities, which to me doesn't make any sense because we don't play as much golf as a lot of other people. I mean, we play a lot of golf, but it's not like we're playing every day. So I would be almost like arguing that someone's hole in one doesn't count because they've played 20x more golf rounds than you. I don't really see the logic of not counting it if on a par. So I could see maybe if you're trying to say it was an 80-yard hole or something like that, but still, 80-yard hole, a hole in one, an 80-yard hole is still a hole in one. I mean, it's not like it was 20 yards. If it was a legitimate hole, it counts. I mean, Pebble at 7, it only plays like 110 yards or something like that, and that's for the PGA Tour players. And obviously, they're way better than us. 110-yard shot is like a 50-yard shot for us, for them, and obviously those count. They would be in competition most of the time, but obviously they count that as a hole. Par three course full of them. Most of them count them on the Masters course too, and for those, they're trying to almost set them up to get people to get hole in ones, and you see a hole in one almost every year at a par three on that Wednesday before. So I don't see the logic in not counting
Yeah, I'd agree with
three
that.
course, but
I would count it.
yep.
No asterisk on that one.
And then you are one of the 12 members in the Fantasy Golf League.
I am.
I wanted to get your thoughts on the league, your thoughts on your team, and let me pull up your team too, so I can quickly.
I got my team here too if you want me to pull it up.
Now I haven't updated the standings this week, but it's not gonna let me pull it up here. I will pull it. I haven't updated the standings this week, but so you and I are both struggling,
This
but
week's been rough, that's for sure.
this week you did end up coming in finished in third place in the Woods division, so you will be one of those 4 guys receiving season points this week. But overall, what are your thoughts on the Fantasy Golf League? And give me your thoughts of your team, how you think you're doing as well.
I think it's been a blast, honestly. I think it's a really good idea. I kind of hope that I mean, it's cool how we're doing it. I like how you've been so organized on it. But I can't believe they haven't made this into like a real app yet. It seems like it's a pretty viable fantasy league. And it's been really fun. But to be honest, I was not around, as you know, for the draft. I got stuck at a dinner, and so my team was auto picked. Um, so I got a pretty decent squad, but I think I was the last pick in the draft. But yeah, so my team's like Russell Henley, Robert McIntyre, Alex Noren, Maverick McNeely, Brian Harmon, Michael Brennan, Harry Hall, and Christopher Wrighton. Um, McIntyre, McNeely, Harmon actually even played good last week. Russell Henley's been okay. Noren's been good. So I've had a couple decent guys. And I think I won. I think I was in first place in one of the divisions last week. and I'm scoring again this week. So I feel like I've been kind of like middle of the pack so far. I haven't actually checked the standings in about a week, so I don't know exactly
You
where I'm
did win
at.
last week too, so you did
Yeah, I
start
did.
at the bottom of the standings, and I think you are in first actually. That win, and if not, you're not in first. You're pretty close.
Okay.
After
So
this
yeah,
week,
so
you'll be up there. You'll probably move up the standings this week as
there
well.
you go.
Obviously, the signature event season points. You'll get 2 for finishing in third. So you'll move up the standings. I still have 0. I'm still in last. Um,
Yeah, I think it was the pro am that I won is what it was.
yep. Yeah, you
Yeah.
won one of those signature events. Only 7 of those for the year. Uh, we'll have almost half of them done in the first 2 months. So the season really starts off really hot. Obviously, a long season, a lot of opportunities in these middle weeks too for teams to get points. Like this week, you're only playing against 2 other people, so opportunity to get some season points in a middle week. Then we're gonna start a segment 2 now that is gonna be a weekly segment, kind of very similar to college football game day. It's the guest pick segment. You're gonna pick 3 golfers who you think will finish in the top 10 this week at the
Okay.
Cognizant Classic, and then you're going to pick an additional golfer to win, and then I am going to do the same, and it'll be a season-long competition between me and the guests. For every top 10 golfer that's correct, it'll be 1 point. Any winner correct. So, I have a chance here to see if I can have a little more golf knowledge than the guests. Golf, unfortunately, has a lot of luck to it. I know, as you probably know, more golfers than almost everyone in the actual PGA Tour league, and in the fantasy league, and I am in last place. So, still a lot of luck aspect to it. People sometimes they play well, sometimes they don't. So, it's what week is it going to be? So, did you pick as your top 10 finishers this week? And it will include ties, by the way.
So do I have to pick all 10 or do I have to pick
You
my
just
top
have to
three?
pick 3 guys who you think will finish.
Okay. All right. So I did a little research before this, so I'm not taking this completely off the spot. Um, but I have Ben Griffin.
Okay.
I have Bridgman, who won this week, which do you see his earnings were $4 million for winning
Yep.
Tom
And
Scott?
his earnings for his career prior to this were only about 6.
That's unreal. Cannot believe that. I
First win on the
mean,
PGA
just
Tour.
side note, the live tournament has really upped the purses for the PGA, which I think is
Yep.
cool.
That was the
I
point
think
of
it's
the signature events to have those bigger purchases as well.
yeah, cool. Um, but so yeah, so I got Ben Griffin, Bridgman, and then I have well, kind of a sleeper, Shane Lowry.
Lowry.
So those are my three picks. I was on the fence about Shane Lowry or Adam Scott, which actually he was what, fourth today or fifth or something like that.
Yes,
He was like
he was
1600.
fifth in the Genesis. Yep. Now, who are you going to be picking as your winner?
I think I'm gonna go with Ben Griffin. I think he was my first pick. I
You're
think I'm
going
gonna
to
go with
pick
Ben
someone
Griffin.
outside the 3, so you get a fourth.
Outside the three.
Yep.
Okay. All
Outside
right.
the
Then I'm
3.
gonna go with Adam Scott because he was my fourth pick between him and Shane Lowry. Adam didn't make the cut. I think Adam's gonna come and redeem himself after this week.
Yeah, we're actually going to have some overlapping here as I get into my picks. I do think Jacob Bridgman, obviously, phenomenal pick, been playing well this year, just coming off a win. I do think there might be a little bit of a hangover after getting your first win. I'm sure he's celebrating. May not start off as hot in the Cognizant Classic, but he obviously has the potential to finish in the top 10. I didn't pick him this week, but my first pick to make the top 10 was actually also Ben Griffin. He is 5 for 5 on cuts this year. Has 2 top 5 finishes or 2 top 25 finishes this year as well. So obviously playing well, playing consistent, has the opportunity play. It plays high. These tournaments already 2 top 25 finishes, as I just said. So it'd be nice to see him catch this week and get the top 10 finish. I also chose Adam Scott to be one of my top 10, or 3 top 10 finishers. He is 4 for 4 on cuts this year. Just finished fifth Genesis. He's someone who's playing well. And I think he actually shot really low today too. My third pick is Nicola Hogard. Him and his brother have both been playing well this year. I think Nicola has been a little, or I think it's actually pronounced Nicola. Has been playing a little better than his brother. He is 2 for 2 on cuts this year, and had a tie for third finish in the Phoenix Open. So again, like the Cognizant Classic, kind of similar to the Phoenix Open, a little bit of a smaller, not smaller field player wise, but a field to where not all the best golfers aren't playing. Not all the best golfers are playing. Not all the best golfers are playing in the Cognizant Classic. So it'd be really to try to capitalize and climb up the FedEx Cup leaderboard and have the opportunity of playing signature events this year. And then for my winner, I actually picked Shane Lowry. And I was actually going back and forth on Shane Lowry or Adam
You're
Scott.
saying I know ball.
Yep. Well, maybe we're both just stupid.
Yeah, or none of you guys are gonna make it.
But Shane Lowry, obviously one of those guys who starts out the year on the DP. It's just like Rory as well. Only played in 2 starts this year on the PGA Tour. Both of them signature events where the fields are very competitive. So AT&T Pebble Beach Genesis Invitational. It's 2 weeks. He's finished top 20 in both of those events this year. So obviously, someone who's playing well against the best golfers will have another opportunity to play in a tournament with a field of golfers who, obviously most of them aren't as competitive or as good as all the golfers playing in the signature event. They're not a knock on those guys. The signature event is supposed to be best golfers, best 60 or 80 golfers. I think most tournaments are supposed to be the best 80 golfers currently. So obviously not all the best 80 golfers playing in this tournament. Before you joined, we talked about a little bit someone to and pay attention to. Also be Blades Brown, 18-year-old. It's a 54-hole leader at the American Express and ended up finishing tied 18th. He's playing okay in the Corn Ferry Tour. He'd be someone to be exciting if he ended up in the top 10. He might, but I don't. I think it's unlikely for him to finish in the top 10. But it would be cool to see him climb up there. And
He doesn't
also,
have his tour card yet, does he?
correct, he's on the Corn Ferry Tour, which is like
Yeah.
it's like the G League basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he is actually playing off a sponsor's exemption again, so not a qualify in. He's playing off a sponsor's exemption. Like Neil Shipley is playing off the Corn Ferry Tour, and he's playing for top 25 finisher in last year's Ferry Tour standing. So he had a qualification at not sponsored exemption on Brown. And then Brooks Koepka playing again too. Obviously exciting to see what he'll do with this being his first year back from. So he'll be someone to watch out for as well. But we'll see how our picks fare. A lot of overlapping, so hopefully we both get a lot right. That'd be nice to see.
Yeah.
All right, well, Jack, thank you for joining. Thank you for being the first guest of the podcast.
Yeah. Thanks,
I know
guys.
I'll talk to you later this week, and I'll probably see you this week as well. So you have a good rest of your night, sir, and I will talk to you later.
Yeah, you too, buddy. See you guys. Thank you.
So that's all we have for today. I will see you next week right here on the Bogey Lounge.